I love that. It comes on and it goes, "You're live." And I'm like, yeah, I am live. I am alive. I can be ritualistic sometimes. So only love and light are allowed into this space. Peace and no chaos. So, well, once again, we give thanks to the earth for feeding us. I have to think about which way I'm headed: south, west, north, east, into the sky. Touch the floor again. All right. So I have, I think what I'm going to do, I know what I'm going to do is I'm going to record this and then probably cut it when it's ready, when it's done processing. So probably tomorrow. And I'm preparing for my cat to come, I guess, clearing the space because Maddie usually joins me whenever I sit down at the computer. I have not been feeling well. So, for a couple days, and I've been on antibiotics. So I've taken a couple of days to just try to heal and do things to heal because I haven't been well. And not bad, nothing bad, just need to have some antibiotics to take care of it. And I know that the flu is kind of going rampant around the world and people are sick. That's happening, like flu numbers are rising, and I'm aware of that as well. So it's kind of good to just take care of myself and not need others' help for that. It's good for everyone. Take care of yourself if you're not already doing that. Yeah, so 3 images. As I was doing my recoup and feeling better, 3 images. Also, before I say that, this is my channel. So this is my YouTube channel. And as long as I have this YouTube channel, which we don't know for how much longer we're going to have any freedoms left, but as long as I have it, so I'm going to use it. So this is my channel, and I am going to use my right to freedom of speech, except through like what YouTube is going to censor or the FDA censors. But yet my freedom of speech to express what my emotions, the things that, as I saw these 3 images this weekend, they moved me. And I think they moved I know they did. They moved a lot of people. So the first image is, of course, of the monks, the peaceful monks. And I just want to make sure I get this right. So Walk for Peace monks, the group of Buddhist monks walking from Fort Worth to Washington, D.C., are currently in the Carolinas, depending on which tracker you follow. And they are more than halfway to DC, expected to arrive in February, a couple weeks. So that's just absolutely, I think for any of us that are watching that or seeing that, and if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's so moving because they're walking. They're just walking. And people are lining the streets, and disabled people and elderly and people with broken hearts and people who just want to be there and just be blessed by them walking by. It's just absolutely massive. They were in Raleigh, I think yesterday or the day before, yesterday. Even though it was really freezing cold, they're walking, like they've got their robes on, they've got their innerwear, which is what we all do, right? We wear our long johns and we wear our innerwear, our thermals, and then we layer up after that. And that's what they're doing as well. So they're able to keep walking even in the cold weather. And people are joining them and seeing them, and they're being blessed by them. And the reason the monks are walking to Washington, D.C., is because they want Congress to enact a federal Buddha birthday holiday. And I'm all in. For people who don't know much about Buddhism, the simple truth, and if you're a Christian, the simple truth is that Buddhism accepts Jesus as the Son of God. Buddhism also accepts that we are all the Son of God, right? And Buddhism teaches us more about how to live in this present moment, how to live with each other. And the Buddhists are a perfect example of that because they're walking, they don't know where they're going to stay at night. Like they just know it's going to be provided, right? I mean, they do have a camper that they can sleep in, right? For just whatever. But people are providing churches, Baptist churches are providing housing for these monks. You will be provided for if you believe in the Christian Jesus. You know, look at the birds in the field. How much more precious are you to God than them, right? So, and they're provided for. So the monks just have touched me to my core. They've touched a lot of people. It's peaceful, and they want Congress to acknowledge Buddha's birthday as a federal holiday. And I'm in. I'm all in. It's not about religion. All right. Then, of course, so those images brought tears to my eyes and touched my soul deeply. So there's this dichotomy because on one hand, you have these peaceful monks, these 19 peaceful monks doing amazing things. And then you have these ICE terrorists, homegrown terrorists being paid by the US government to be terrorists, murdering someone in the streets of Minneapolis, murdering Alex Pretti. Murdered him. I went to Standing Rock. And one of the things I learned about going to Standing Rock is don't be more of the problem, right? Don't bring the problem in. So we hauled out our trash. We brought in things they needed, like blankets and wood for fires. We tried to, not add to what was already going on, right? And I know it's noble and it's the right thing for a lot of people to go to Minneapolis right now and be a part of the protests, but also be aware that you're adding to the infrastructure. So additional police, additional services. And I know you're going to pack out your trash, and I know but just be aware that if you want to travel to Minneapolis right now, not to be more of a burden on the system, right? The system there is already wavering. And so just don't be more of a problem. Bring peace, bring love, bring things that people would need there. All right. And then the third image. So we've got these two things going on, right? We've got this peace going on, this beautiful peace movement. We got this war going on, this ugly war going on. And I can tell you that watching the monks brings me a lot more joy than watching the terrorists that are in the United States right now. Then the third thing that happened that I saw on one of my news feeds, which I could go to SNL too, but that's not it. I love SNL. Was another thing that I saw. Okay, so we've got peace going on over here, and we've got war going on over here. And I'm from Wyoming, born and raised. I've lived other places. I've lived a lot of other places. I keep coming back. My own relatives are like, why? Like my brother and sister are both like, why? My kids are even like, why? But then I saw this. Our lovely representative from Wyoming, Harriet Hageman, got into it with another congressperson about gender identification. You see, our dear representative wants to, she's co-sponsored a bill on women's sports that pretty much makes it that you have to identify your gender before or after going into the locker room. And that's what Representative Jamie Raskin said to Harriet Hageman. And I also grew up with a nickname. So Representative Hageman has a nickname. Not only do people that I've heard call her this nickname, but her own colleagues call her this nickname. And I know what it's like to have a nickname, right? Like when I was in grade school, my nickname was Moose. And that was because Mike Foster, the kid down the street, nicknamed me that, and I will forever not be okay with Mike Foster. He was a racist pig. He might still be, I don't know, but Mike Foster, thank you for nicknaming me Moose, because what I got from that was, when you look at a moose, it's a very majestic creature. I mean, it's got these huge antlers, and it's just big. Like, when you don't want to go get a selfie with a moose. I mean, some people might, but no. So, so that was my nickname. I understand what it's like to get a nickname. The nickname that Representative Harriet Hageman has from Wyoming is the Hag. So what the Hag did is she puts out this amendment trying to define male and female. And what Representative Jamie Raskin, you can see it, I should link to it. What Jamie Raskin says to her is that it's creepy, like this bill is creepy. Like, what they want to do is have ICE apparently stand outside the locker room, and before you go in, your gender has to be identified. So you have to show them your genitalia. And Harriet Hageman says something about, are you calling me creepy? And Representative Raskin says pretty much, yeah, this bill is creepy. That's who's going to represent, that's who's representing us in Congress right now. And she is more concerned with identifying athletes' gender than what's going on in Minneapolis, what's going on with the peace walkers who are now in the Carolinas, North Carolina. And she's running for Senate. She will no longer be our House of Representative. That's true. Like, thank goodness for that. She's out. She is 100% out. She's running for Senate now. And so far, I haven't seen any Republican willing to go against her in the primary. She didn't have the kahunas to debate me in the 2024 election when I ran against her for House of Representatives. So you got to know that with her running for Senate, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. The act is called the To Protect Children's Innocent Act. That is what Representative Hageman is putting out there. The Protect Children's Innocent Act. So for those of you who follow me, watch me, stay tuned for me. Stay tuned in for me. Call Harriet Hageman and tell her to take the Protect Children's Innocent Act off the agenda. That's my call to action. That is my call to action. And I will put it out there for others to call to action as well. I knew you were going to join me. What took you so long? Were you eating? Did you get fed? Are you hungry? No, you shouldn't be hungry. You've been fed. All right, I am going to pull an affirmator's card because it's just like I am ritualistic. Hey, baby. How's it going? Did you have a good night's sleep? Did you? What do you got planned for today? Got a lot on your agenda today? Okay, I shuffled the cards. I'm feeling like I need to cut them, so I cut them. And I'm taking from the top. Inspiration. This is a voice of inspiration within me. Oh, there is a voice of inspiration within me. I don't know if you can see this little head. There's somebody in there screaming, shut up. No, okay, wait. There is a voice of inspiration within me. Right now, it's only a whisper. But the more I listen, the louder it will get. Soon, it will be a flawless speech voiced by James Earl Jones through a megaphone with lots of applause. I also know there's millions of people without power right now. No electricity, and it's cold. And we're more worried about penises and vaginas. Alexa, will you play some music for me?
There's a mix for you on Amazon Music.
Where I am, guiding, where I stand, God is standing strong. Where I'm breathing,